Well, hello again and welcome to another of these pipe smoking videos, becoming a bit of a theme now. Well, as they say, do the housekeeping. The housekeeping today is I'm smoking a little pipe, tiny little pipe, delicate little pipe that I got from a chap called Andy. And Andy, if you're watching, I know you texted me the other day saying, don't forget you've got a few more pipes for me, which is very, very kind of you, from, I think, 1970s. It's got written on it, soccer and made in Italy. And that's all I know. I don't know what the shape is. It kind of looks like an apple. Maybe it's a prince. I like it because it's got a slightly bent stem. I'll do a big close-up, of course. But it's a beautiful little pipe. It doesn't take a lot of tobacco. It's very lightweight. And it's a great clencher. And you almost put it in your mouth and forget about it, which is rather sweet. I haven't got a huge collection of pipes. I've been noticing on YouTube, of course, there are lots of people who do these pipe videos, and I keep looking at other people to see what sort of content they're doing and what they're talking about. A lot of pipe tobacco reviews, and a lot of people saying, this is my collection of pipes. And oh my goodness, some people are just incredibly overwhelmed with pipes. I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing or what it is. I have a small selection and that's it. And I keep coming, recently I've been coming back to this one more and more. Last week I said my pipe lighter wasn't very good. It was because I hadn't filled it. It's a brilliant lighter. I love it very much, actually. I had a Zippo, and I really like the Zippo. But I think, don't tell the Zippo, but I like this better. So thank you very much to my wonderful viewer who gave me that. So I'm still smoking what I was smoking last week, which is American Blend by, I always forget the name of the, what are they called? Hogarth and Doodah. I've covered it up now. As you know, I cover up the horrible message. So I've just scrawled on there, American Blend. And pipe tobacco. Anyway, but I have been in the week mixing it with my not mixing it literally as in reblending it, but mixing, like one pipe bowl will be this because it's very smooth and light. And then my mixture, 965, Peterson's my mixture 965, which is a much headier, fuller bodied, it grips you by the throat mixture. And what I have found, I've found this thing that, oh, and I'm drinking a cup of coffee with cream. I do like real cream, you know, like double cream and coffee. Delicious. I talked about raw milk in a previous one, didn't I? I like drinking with raw milk, but I had some cream to use up. Anyway, so I had this theory that you should buy a tin of tobacco and then don't open any others, don't let them go off, don't let them sort of oxidize or whatever it is they do, and go through them very methodically, one at a time. And so I've been trying that, although I have been alternating, because I found actually, although I like certain tobaccos or certain blends, I was getting bored after a while going, yeah, it's the same blend. And I've realized that that's why a lot of people have a lot of tobacco. And oh my goodness, I mentioned this last time, people were giving each other tobacco. And I sort of said, well, it is extremely expensive in the UK. If you gave somebody, I don't know, 5 tobacco tins, of 50 grams, that's 100 quid's worth, isn't it? So that's a generous gift. It's a very generous gift. Even one, and I've been lucky to be given two, and I'm smoking these alternately at the moment. And I found that actually, variety is the spice of life. So I wanted to sort of express that as something as, I mean, I've been smoking now for a year, and it's just coming up for a year. And that seems to be the one of the things I've learned is to have several on the go. Now, I've noticed some people put them in glass jars, which I think is a great idea. I do like the tins. And I do love this. Now, I've mentioned Harriet Pipes, and I enjoy watching him because he talks about the pipes he makes. And I'm determined to have a pipe commissioned. And I don't know if Chris is watching, but maybe he could answer this. You can hear that bubbling away there. Haven't quite packed it very well. Here's the thing. How easy, when you make a pipe, is it to stamp an individual text on there? I would like to put a name on a pipe, but I don't, not my name, but a different name, not somebody else. No, I'm getting confused. Not another person's name, and it's not really a brand name, but it is a name. How easy would it be for somebody like Chris or a pipe maker to put a name on the pipe to commemorate something, let's say? That's probably the best way of putting it. To commemorate something. Because I would love to commission a pipe and commemorate. It's actually something I'm writing. I'm writing a book, and I'd like to commemorate the title of that book. Nobody would know. I'm not going to promote it on pipes or anything like that. Oh, hello, don't tell me the flint's gone again. Oh, there we are. Now, the other thing I wanted to say, pretty cold and chilly in here in the UK, which is why I've got my fire going. The other thing I wanted to say is I was talking about Jacques Tati, and somebody got in touch with me and said they thought the Tati pipe was a prince, a Tati prince. But on subsequent research, the article that this chap sent me was that Tati only used it as a prop for his Monsieur Hulot character, and that he actually smoked cigarettes. That doesn't lower his master artistry as a filmmaker and comedy persona, but it is a shame, because I had this idea that Jacques Tati would be sitting there coming up with his creations, puffing his pipe. But in the end, he's probably smoking his fag, you know. Yeah, I come up with this idea. I'll have Monsieur Hulot strolling down a trip on this thing and a somersault into a tin can. Yeah. Hasn't quite got the same ring to it, really. I bought Julia a pipe, as you know, and she's enjoying that pipe, a meerschaum. My meerschaum I've been smoking, and it is slowly colouring now. And I had a meerschaum, I mentioned this before, and I have not found it. I have not found it. But the thing about that meerschaum was it was pre-coloured when I got it. And this meerschaum is, well, it is now going into a sort of vague yellow. So it's going to need a hell of a lot more smokes, which is fine. Absolutely fine. I have a tin of black Cavendish to smoke. And I'm wondering, yet to be opened, and I'm wondering what blends I should get over Christmas. Now, a few people have mentioned a few blends, and thank you so much for that. People have mentioned the blends that I thought, like St. Bruno and Clan, I thought were, you know, common or garden, everyday, just a bit like your bland blends. But some people say, no, 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 Richard, you've got that wrong. Those blends, they're here and people still like them because they're actually really good. And I suppose I mistook the fact that because they were popular, that they were a bit, you know, beneath me. So the blends I would like to try, because I see the Americans, and when I watch the American videos, they seem to have millions of blends that I can't get over here, and it's really annoying. I don't know whether where you are, you can still get them, but I look at the various UK channels and you just can't get them. And you think, well, where do I get those from? So I think what I need to do is to go through some of the ones that you can get and try them out. And I suppose I ought to go for St. Bruno, Clan and Erinmore, because they seem to be the ones that at least I know as names. And then the more obscure ones, like, well, like the American blend that I'm drinking, supping, enjoying, tasting, and all these others and the mixtures and things, and then to go for those. But what would you recommend as a Christmas blend, not necessarily Christmassy, but what would you recommend as a Christmas blend would be the thing I should go for next? Or would you recommend that I don't go for the bigger names and go for something more obscure? I'm in your hands.